Stop giving your power away to external circumstances, relationships, titles, or anything like that. Manifestation isn't about or isn't supposed to be about you gaining something externally. It's more so about you attuning to who you really are, your natural state, as if you were your own higher self in human form. This is the key. So many people want to manifest. They want to achieve things, as everybody does, right? It's part of life. We need money. We have passions. We want to make money off of those passions. We want love, so we want relationships. But here's the thing. What if I told you that this life was a dream that your higher self was having? What if I told you that everything you experience internally is just mirroring your self-concept, your emotional states, which makes up your frequency and your own personal vibration? What if I told you that everything was interconnected through consciousness? What if I told you that consciousness came first before physical reality, before your physical body, before your brain? See, that's the thing. So many people get so caught up in the actions, the manifestations, the physicality, but they fail to realize their true nature. This is what manifestation is really about. It's about returning to our true nature as humanity, which is the I am. You are the I am. I am the I am. You know what I'm saying? We are the I am before we are anything. You don't need thoughts to experience consciousness. It just is. It's always happening. The screen of space is always there. And with that being said, people want to manifest not only because they think it's going to make them feel better, but they want to manifest because they are still caught up in the illusion of separation. And when you can realize that everything is just one thing, like everything, this chair that I'm sitting on, me, you, the grass, the sky, everything is all God. Everything is alive and everything is God. When we can realize this, it's not about manifesting. It's about returning to who we are. It's about recognizing that this life is a dream, that this life is a mirror, and that everybody and everything is mirroring you back to you. So it's not about gaining anything, but it's about living optimally, living as the best version of you, feeling like the best version of you, not dependent on an external outcome, not dependent on another person. So many people want to manifest a relationship because they think it's going to bring them happiness, but really that's just more separation. That's just more illusion. Yes, relationships are the most important part of life. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you shouldn't ever be dependent on a relationship to find your own inner peace, to find your own inner freedom and inner joy. No, those things are inherent. Those things are yours, and only you have access to those things. We've been programmed through Hollywood, through music, through all kinds of different things as to why we need to put people on a pedestal, or put Ferraris on a pedestal, or put a Rolls Royce, or put a job title on a pedestal, or a salary amount. But really, what should be on the pedestal is your frequency, because your frequency is what brings all of those things in anyways. But it's not about bringing those things in. It's about you being you. It's about you remembering and practicing on a daily basis that, oh yeah, when these challenges show up in my life, or oh yeah, when things don't go as planned in the time frame that you want them to, that's because you're being divinely guided, that everything is divinely orchestrated by your higher self. You signed a soul contract before you came here to experience certain challenges, certain situations, certain relationships, to learn lessons, but also, most importantly, to learn more about yourself, the I am. When you recognize that this is a dream, when you follow the Hermetic principles, as within, so without, as above, so below, when you recognize that it was never about your thoughts bringing things to you. No, like that's the basics. You know what I'm saying? What this is about is realizing that there's no separation between you and the screen of space. There's no separation between you and your biggest op. There's no separation between you and the girl or the guy that you want. There's no separation between you and that dream house. There's no difference in frequency between a $5 bill and a $5 million bill. Only the feeling is what matters. And once you are in the feeling, once it's become normal to you, practicing the feelings of joy, practicing the feelings of gratitude, by looking and seeing everything as one thing, by looking at others and seeing them as God, by looking at everything and seeing it as God and as love, you will see more love and more God in your reality. That's just how it works. It's a placebo effect on top of it. Everything is a paradox. Like, that's what's so beautiful about this human experience, is that it is a dream, and we come here to experience the dream, but knowing that it is a paradox, meaning knowing that it's a dream and knowing that it's mirroring you back to you at all times. It's just such a trip. You know, we came here for a trip. We came here to experience more of us. And that's the thing, guys, when you can recognize that everything is one, and that you don't need, like, the things that we think we want because of the feeling that those things are going to give us. Like, we don't need to want those things because of the feelings. We could just allow ourselves to feel those feelings. Practice feeling rich, practice feeling joy, practice feeling loved. Start loving yourself. Start taking actions to show yourself that you love yourself. You know what I'm saying? And vibrationally, you're going to be just magnetizing all these things to you, because it's who you are. It's because who you choose to be. It's because the frequency that you choose to operate in. And that's all there is to it. And it's not just big things, like big objectives. Oh, I want to manifest 1 million subscribers. It's like, nah, when you're in the right frequency, everything, and I mean everything else, will be in the right frequency with you as well. It's not about these big monumental goals that you've manifested. It's about recognizing and realizing who you are as an infinite spirit, having a human experience, recognizing that you are directly connected to your higher self at all times, and that when you are aligned in the proper frequency, when you are aligned to your true state, which is your state in spirit, which is unconditional love. That's what God is unconditional love. And the only separation between unconditional love is fear. When you're vibrating in fear, when you're vibrating in the illusion of separation. Because if you think about it, if everything is one thing, how could it not be love? You know what I'm saying? Bob Marley said it best, but it goes deeper than that. Obviously, there's agendas. Obviously, there's people trying to suppress information, suppress your powers, keeping everybody in a low frequency, causing wars, you know, doing all this messed up shit. But none of those things can really affect your reality unless you're feeding it your attention. Why feed things that are of negativity into your consciousness? You know what I'm saying? So it's not about getting anything. It's not about the girl, the guy, the money. It's not about the car. It's not about the job. It's not about you living your dreams. It's about you returning to who you are and being at peace with who you are as the I am, as the infinite consciousness, and realizing you're not your thoughts. I always say this in every single video because it's so important. You're not your thoughts. You know, you're not your past experiences. You're not your past mistakes. You're not your job title. You know, you are everything, but everything is stemming from you. And that's the most important factor in all this. If you can recognize that it's about you first, it's about your frequency and returning back home to your heart space. Because when you are vibrating in love, everything that's vibrating on that same frequency is going to meet you. It's going to match with you. That's how it works. And that's why when you're vibrating in love, you experience more synchronicities. You're open to more communication from your higher self. You can see when your guardian angel and your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you and guide you, because they are at such a high frequency. When we are here in this third dimensional illusion plane of existence as souls, you know, we are in a lower vibrational state compared to most places in the multiverse, infinite God source nature of reality. That's the thing. Like, Earth is a tough place to be. You know, you've heard it from some of the greats like Dolores Cannon saying that Earth is like a school where souls come to learn lessons. And that's because we dropped in frequency to even be here, because what we are is so much light and so much love. So in order to experience the true connection with your higher self, to experience the true nature of who you are, to experience connection with your spirit team and with your guardian angels, you need to be vibrating high. That's why I was saying it's not about gaining or getting anything externally. It's about you coming back to you, into your heart space, into your true nature, into realizing that you never needed anything outside of yourself to feel fulfilled, that all that love that you are seeking for has been within you the whole time, and all you have to do is train yourself to continue to be in that state. Train yourself to continue to be in your power. Train yourself to realize that you came here on a mission. You came here to create. You came here to have fun. You came here to experience a lot of challenges, a lot of different situations, a lot of different lessons, but ultimately as an adult, it is about returning to the inner child, to that pureness, to recognizing the pureness in everything. That's what kids see, bro. Kids don't think in separation and lack. It's all the programs that come to us as we start to see the world for what it really is as you grow older. But as you grow older, what I've noticed, the most important thing and the most powerful thing you could do is returning back to that inner childlike essence of purity, and recognizing that, you create your own fun, you create your own magic, you create your own love. You don't need to wait for somebody else's permission to feel self-love. You don't need to wait for somebody else to tell you that you're an expert before you're an expert. You don't need to wait on anybody else's approval. You don't need to wait for that girl or guy to come in your reality to start enjoying and loving yourself and giving yourself the love that you deserve. Sure, everybody wants to feel loved, but the most important place to feel loved is within you first, because that's how you're actually going to attract the right person. That's how you're actually going to attract the right circumstances, people that are going to help align you to your dream reality, because you're in the right frequency. You're loving yourself. That's why this is all about returning to yourself. Sending love to yourself sends out love to everybody else in the collective consciousness, because we are all interconnected. And the more you heal, the more you rise in frequency, the more the planet does, the more the solar system does, the more that everything in this universe does, because everything is interconnected. That is how powerful you are. So send love, see love in everybody, and recognize you don't need to wait for something else to feel that love, to feel that joy, to feel that strength, to feel that courage, to feel that power that is inherited into your being. That is who you naturally are. And I just dropped some gems for y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. My name's Anth Infinity. I'm just out here, following my soul's mission, my soul's purpose, to help you realize yours, and to help you realize that you're already whole. You're already complete. You don't need to wait for anybody or anything. It's all good, bro. It's all working out for you.